Good advice can be helpful, and it is sometimes a good idea to check different views of a situation or learn from others' experiences. Nevertheless, when it comes to personal choices and preferences, the person providing advice, even with all their goodwill, might miss some core reasons that drive the advised one's opinion in a specific direction. Additionally, advice often starts with, "If I were you." To be convincing, we sometimes avoid saying, "I think," or, "in my opinion." We forget we are not and cannot be the person we advise, with their perception, experiences, feelings, and reasons. Each person is a unique creature, unique in who they are interiorly, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, but also with a unique pathway in their life that shapes that interior of the person. Indeed, since birth, we come with a unique set of attributes, and as we grow, we are shaped and modeled by the unique set of experiences we are exposed to. I will talk more about this in another chapter. The question, "Why are you always alone?" came back also. Even if I didn't care about what they said, I thought I was not normal, and my abnormality seemed to be noticeable by just looking at me. Then, I became tired of all these remarks and thought, I need to fix myself. I need to become like them. In the process of fixing myself, I started trying to hang out with friends and began to slip away from my aim for chastity before marriage slowly. I tried as hard as I could to become normal, but this strangeness kept stinking out of me. It even seemed like some people felt I was snubbing them. Once, someone asked me, "Why are you so snobbish?" Another time, a friend told me, "Initially, you seemed inaccessible and difficult to approach, but once I got to know you, I discovered you're easygoing and cool." All this drained me. I didn't want to be different or look like a snob, and I wished to blend in with others. I became upset and angry with myself and thought this situation would not help me in my career. Therefore, I decided some improvement was needed. That's how a separation from who I was began. I was slipping into a denial of the person I was, getting left somewhere without being really with myself or being really like them. Failure can have terrible effects on people and make them feel worthless. It can deter self-confidence and cause a complex of inferiority, but it can also be an opportunity to grow stronger. On the other hand, success can create overconfidence and make people arrogant. People can also be manipulative when they have some interest involved. They can care about someone or show him respect when he is successful or when they see some potential. However, the same people can easily and quickly drop that person when a failure occurs. I have seen people taking so much pride in their professional titles or social positions and disrespecting or belittling those they have authority or an advantage over. However, the illusion of superiority by status, power, and material attributes or possessions is temporary, while real superiority lasts longer. It is the one within the soul. For example, a homeless person who has nothing has the same dignity as someone who has all kinds of privileges and possessions. Indeed, our actual value resides in our essence and can only be assessed by God. With this thinking, I did not consider myself inferior or superior to anyone else. However, I always showed respect to others in my hierarchy while expecting reciprocal respect from them. I have worked with fantastic managers who understood their positions did not entitle them to disrespect others. However, I have also encountered some horrible ones who displayed abusive behavior and seemed to think being a manager meant constantly yelling at or threatening their teams. These managers often said, "I will dismiss you all and hire other people. Many are out there looking for a job." This internship was one of the 2 times I heard such words directed at the team. But the world is made up of different types of people, and at the beginning of my career, I believed I should be able to work with anyone I met. On that day, I saw parents and husbands who had worked all their lifetime in the company and had devotedly provided all their efforts being suddenly ejected while some were nearing retirement. I saw parents and husbands who went to work in the morning to fulfill their duties, as usual, go back home without their job statuses, respected people who held the company through all kinds of storms for years, seeming to be reduced to nothing suddenly. I imagined how hard that night could have been for these families. Of course, I understood the business aspect behind the situation. Some people had to leave the boat, and this fate had to fall somewhere. But I felt sad seeing our managers go that way from a company some of them had heartfully served for a lifetime since entering the job market. After this event, I thought this kind of situation could happen to anyone, and anybody could get dismissed from their job at any time. Therefore, I understood that no matter how great a job I could get, I would also be better off owning a business. A protocol member from the corporation was waiting for me, and he looked as tired as I was from the long wait. He courteously took my bag and drove me to a highly rated hotel in a luxurious Mercedes that was gleaming in the parking lot. From all the temporary wonders and luxuries forecasting a comfortable professional and social situation, I was falling back again into my never-ending struggles. When I returned from this trip, my situation was so difficult that I decided to be a taxi driver. But even for this, I failed. I went to a cab agency to apply. They told me they had a car for me and would prepare it and call me to start driving during the week. But the next day, they phoned me and said they had given the car to a former taxi driver. I resigned from the job I had finally gotten after all the struggles. A farewell meal was served to honor me, and these words from my director, in her speech, never left me. I don't know your next move, but I have no doubt you will be successful. Success. This word meant so much to me, and I had worked hard to achieve it. I was headed for a bright future for my family and me.